Can I just ask everybody, please, could you please put mobile telephones on silent? Thank you.
Hey, there he is. Are you well?
Thank you very much.
Louis?
The biggest fight in British boxing history, Anthony Joshua against Vladimir Klitschko for the IBF, WBA and WBO World Heavyweight titles. And what an undercard we've got for you as well. Of course, kicking off at 6 PM live on Sky Sports Box Office, and so much talent up at the table here. Young fighters coming through. A stunning 8 Olympians on this card on Saturday. 4 gold medalists, and many of them here today. I'm just going to introduce the bottoms and top tables before we pass over to Adam Smith, of course from Sky Boxing. Firstly, down on my left, a young man, a Rio Olympian. They call him Pretty Boy Josh Kelly. He had an incredible debut up in Glasgow recently, a young fighter under the tutelage of Adam Booth. I believe he's going to go all the way. Next to him, Nina Manka, undefeated from Germany. Lawrence Okola, they call him the Source. And this is a man that a few years ago was working in McDonald's in Waterloo, and on his break had the opportunity to watch Anthony Joshua win the gold medal. He put down his apron and he went to the gym. 4 years later, he was in the Rio Olympics, and now he's boxing in front of 90,000 people at Wembley. It's an incredible story. Already 2-0 as a pro with 2 first-round KOs. The man kicking off the show on Saturday night, we call him the Welsh Wizard. It's Joe Cordina. A great debut last week at the Echo Arena in Liverpool, and what a chance for him. The same slot that Anthony Joshua had 3 years ago at Wembley Stadium when he kicked off the show at Froch Groves. Joe Cordina will open the show. And what about Katie Taylor? In my opinion, the most entertaining female fighter on the planet. 5-time world champion, 6-time European champion, Olympic gold medalist. She's a phenomenal talent. On Saturday night, the first real step towards world titles. And trust me when I say you need to tune in to watch Katie Taylor. It is just an incredible experience. There's broadcasters all around the world. Stephen Espinosa, Peter Nelson, I see you on a spy mission for Katie Taylor as well. And incredible athlete and wonderful to watch. What about the top Taylor card recently, which he won clearly? And what about Luke Campbell, Olympic gold medalist from Romania? Very, very dangerous, rated number 4 in the IBF. Taking on, we saw him box Lee Selby here a few years ago, gave him a great fight. And Scott Quigg, brilliant to see him back, now based in LA, with one of the world's best trainers in Freddie Roach. This fight, an eliminator for Lee Selby's IBF world title, and a must-win fight for Scott Quigg, and he's going to have his hands full with Viorel Simeon on Saturday night. As always, we wouldn't be here without the support of Sky Sports. Over the years, they've continuously backed this sport, while other broadcasters chose to walk away. Just because we've made it so hot in the last 4 years, all the broadcasters are now coming back. But over the years, unquestionably, Sky Sports have been the key supporter of boxing in this country, and it's a delight to be here with such a huge event at their HQ. And right now, to ask the fighters some questions, I'm going to pass over to the head of boxing, Adam Smith.
Thanks, Eddie. It's fabulous to have this huge final press conference in the wonderful new Sky Central building as we count down to one of the biggest nights in British boxing history, the AJWK Heavyweight Showdown. And what a plethora of young stars we have here for you on the undercard. A bit of housekeeping before we start. There'll be head-to-head photos at the end here. Can everybody please stay in your seats so that everyone gets the shots they need. And at the end, the TV media will go to the mix zone, which is by the entrance of Sky Central, and the radio and written into the media centre, which is in the northwest corner of the building. So you'll be ushered there through afterwards. But onto the card, well, we're very excited to see the new crop of Olympians. The powerful, charismatic Lawrence Okoye, the skillful duo of Joe Cordina and pretty boy Josh Kelly. And we've seen a bit of them in the last few weeks, and what a wonderful stage to perform on Saturday night. Personally, I can't wait for Katie Taylor's appearance. I was delighted when Eddie told me he had signed one of the best amateurs, in my opinion, of all time. With her string of world championships, Olympic gold, she's an Irish icon, and she's had an electrifying start to the pro game. What a step up though for Katie against the unbeaten German southpaw Nina Menke, who is no stranger to these shores. She spent plenty of time in Britain, and she's a very dangerous test for Katie. So too is Darlis Perez, the former world champion from Colombia, who we welcome back. We know him from his fights with Anthony Crolla in Manchester. Darlis in with Luke Campbell, such a talent. And it's a great world lightweight eliminator. It's a really good clash of styles. Luke, who's gone off to Miami and rehabilitated himself under Jorge Rubio, is doing it the hard way. Another man who always does it the hard way is Scott Quigg, now under the guidance of the world-renowned Freddie Roach. It's great, absolutely great to welcome Freddie to Sky. But it's another tough one for Scott against the former amateur star and excellent pro alongside me in Viorel Simeon. It's a bunch of tasty hors d'oeuvres before the main event, so let's hear from the fighters. The man that's kicking off the show. Around about 6:30 he'll be in the ring on Saturday night at Wembley. He made his professional debut in Liverpool. It was a thoroughly successful one last week. Joe Cordina. Joe, we saw you yesterday at the workout, taking everything in your stride. Pretty serious preparation. How excited are you about performing in front of such a crowd in the National Stadium on Saturday?
Yeah, it's a massive experience for me. When I first started boxing, I would never have thought in my second fight and so early on in my career I'd be fighting in Wembley Stadium. So it's massive, and I just can't wait Saturday to put on a performance in front of all the fans. Obviously, I ain't going to be fighting in front of 90,000, but for the many thousands that are there, hopefully I can put on a show that you will all love and talk about.
Joe, a successful member of Team GB, of course, a pretty stellar amateur career. You went to Rio. For those who haven't seen you yet, what do we expect from Joe Cordina as a professional as you develop?
Obviously, it's early on in my career, so I'm just trying to make everything perfect and working with Tony Sims. I'm just trying to brush up on things. So, as an amateur, I was pretty elusive, trying to hands down and all that sort of stuff. But in the pros, you can't afford to get hit with certain shots and be lazy, and I have to be switched on at all times, and that's what I'm planning on doing, and hopefully I can perfect my boxing style and be a complete fighter in the next 2 to 3 years. So I'm trying to mix up with the classy stuff and the basics and become a great fighter.
We look forward to watching the journey. 3 of Team GB from Rio on display. Josh Kelly, pretty boy, he's called himself. He looked pretty good in his professional debut in Glasgow. Josh, how excited are you about the transition and about appearing on these big events and on these big stages?
I mean, this one's the one for the history books, so just to be on the card and to be a part of this massive event is just going to be unbelievable. I mean, two colossal heavyweights coming together in Wembley. I mean, to be named on the card is just something else. And I mean, if I can get out on the night and show the performance where I want to show, like I did again in Glasgow, I mean, I hope I please all the supporters and all the people who come to watch.
It looked a case in Glasgow, skills pay the bills under Adam Booth's tutelage. Is that what we're going to get from you, Josh?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that. So, I mean, Adam obviously is a great coach, and I'm going from strength to strength underneath his guidance, and his style just suits me perfectly. So, I mean, the skills do pay the bills, and it showed on Glasgow. So hopefully, I can just keep performing, keep improving, and look forward to a big and bright future.
And how much of an inspiration is it to see the likes of the Olympic Brigade from London in Luke Campbell developing so well and appearing on this stage, and obviously Anthony in such a huge fight? Does that give you real inspiration to follow on from what they've started?
It's massive. I mean, it just seems 2 minutes ago since Luke and Anthony were in the gym and you were watching them, and it seems 2 minutes ago since they were in the Olympics. So coming from that to obviously now fighting for world titles, etc., it just shows you that hard work and dedication to get you there. So obviously a little bit of grinding in the gym, and hopefully a couple of years I can be up there myself.
Wish you well, Josh. It's going to be a really good ride to watch. So too, Lawrence Okoli, and he's given you the big introduction. You had the apron on. You watched AJ and Usain Bolt and all that from London. Now it's your time. You've hit the professional road very fast and hard. 2 powerful knockout wins in the first round. Your 3rd fight on this big Wembley show. You drew the lots the other night. You might get the swing just before the main event. I bet you cannot wait.
No, I'm really excited. The big crowds and all that stuff excites me, but what excites me more at the moment is who's on the table with me. So hearing that there's 8 Olympians on the card, seeing 2 Olympians that I was on a plane to Turkey with trying to qualify, helps. One of the best amateurs that we've seen, I watched her as well on the Olympics, and everything like that just excites me. In terms of the 90,000, I think that it doesn't really bother me in the sense that I could be boxing the same person, having my same professional fight in a small hall somewhere, but instead I get to do it on a big crowd, on a big occasion, so more people get to see what I've been working on.
You've been sparring with Anthony Joshua, obviously really good preparation for you. Do you think you're made for the big stage? Do you think we're going to see drama and excitement in your own career, Lawrence?
Yeah, definitely. I think that I perform better on the big stage with a lot of pressure. It brings a different side of me, because I think that outside of the ring I'm quite smiley and just to myself, but as soon as it gets to fight time and there's big crowds and pressure and expectation, that's when the best comes out of me. So I'm expecting a very, very explosive performance on Saturday.
With a little sauce to add.
Definitely.
Lawrence, we wish you well and look forward to it. The ladies next to you, talented pair of former amateur stars. Nina Menke, let's talk to you first. Welcome back to England. Tell us a little bit about your stay over here, because you almost sound English.
Yeah, I lived in Scarborough before. Did my A-levels and worked in England and Tamworth on the scrapyard, and yeah, I love England, so it's great to be back.
Tell us a little bit about your boxing career when you started your amateur slate and how you've gone under Sven Otka as a successful young pro?
Yeah, I started when I was 12 years old, and Svenny, he was the best friend of my dad's, and so I started boxing. Boxed in England for the Westway Boxing Club, and that's when I loved it. Carried on boxing for Germany, and it's great to be here now. It's a massive opportunity. I would have never thought of that.
I know you told me last night that you've looked up to Katie Taylor as a real star in the amateur game. Now you've got to go and beat her. How confident are you of doing that? You looked pretty good last night. The southpaw skills, you've got plenty of technique, and obviously a good team behind you.
Yeah, well, to be honest, she is one of my idols, but it's good to be in the ring with her now, because I can see where I'm standing, and I think, you got to box the best to be the best.
I like the attitude. What about performing at Wembley Stadium? Is it something you never thought would happen?
No, it's a massive opportunity. I'm really happy to be here, and all this. I'm nervous, but I'm trying to turn all this into positive energy, because I want to enjoy it. It's an event probably only get once in my life, so I really want to enjoy it.
We hope you enjoy it, and we wish you the best of luck. Katie, you've been on many big stages through what was a hugely successful amateur career, but nothing quite like Wembley and the open air on Saturday night. Looking forward to it?
Yeah, I absolutely can't wait, really. I think ever since I turned pro, I've had the privilege of boxing on big stages and big shows, but each time the occasion seems to be getting bigger and better, and London has been very good to me in recent years with the Olympics, and I made my pro debut here as well, and now I have a chance to actually win my first pro title at the weekend as well, so I just can't wait for it.
You turned pro just a few months ago at Wembley Arena. Everything gone according to plan? It's looked pretty good to us so far.
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm learning in every fight, and the training has gone so well over these last few months as well. But it's definitely been a good transition for me into the pro game, but I definitely am learning, and I am improving, I think, every time. So I feel this fight weekend is definitely going to be my toughest test today, but these are the fights I absolutely relish as well, and I feel like it's going to get the best out of me as well, so I'm looking forward to this challenge.
Yeah, the challenges are only going to get tougher, and Nina Menke provides the biggest one yet for you, but presumably you're confident, and you've had those tests as an amateur, that you'll be able to have the skill set to deal with the task on Saturday.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, the training has gone so well in these last 2 weeks as well, and definitely be my toughest test. Well, as I said, these are the fights I absolutely love, and I want to be involved in big fights, and I just can't wait to showcase that on Saturday evening.
Okay, it's wonderful to have you. It's great to watch you as well. What about this boom in women's boxing? You know, Clarissa Shields has turned professional. We saw Amanda Serrano the other night become a 5-weight champion. Nicola Adams, Natasha Jonas. It's wonderful, isn't it?
It's absolutely brilliant. I think women's boxing is definitely on a high at the moment, and I'm very lucky that there's so many great fights out there to be made in the future. And as I said before, I want to be involved in big fights that are going to interest the public as well. There's definitely plenty of girls out there to make those fights happen, so it's definitely an exciting time to be involved in the sport.
Great to have you. Thanks very much, Katie. Let's move to the table up here and welcome back Darlis Perez, who we saw fight Anthony Crolla a couple of times. Really tough guy from Colombia, former world champion. Darlis, I saw you also recently in the States when you fought Maurice Hooker. We felt you won that clearly. You got the draw, but it looks like there's plenty left for Darlis Perez. Are you going to become a world champion all over again?
Hello, champion. Bueno, te da la bienvenida a Inglaterra nuevamente después de tu pelea con Crolla, y te habla de Hooker, de la penúltima pelea que fue un empate, pero que dicen que tú claramente ganaste. Se ve que hay mucho más de ti para dar.
Bueno, agradeciendo a la empresa por la invitación nuevamente, una nueva oportunidad. Contento de estar aquí una vez más en Inglaterra. Una buena oportunidad con un gran peleador como es Campbell. La última pelea fue grandiosa, me preparé para ella y bueno, los resultados fueron a mi favor, pero así es el boxeo.
First of all, thank you very much for the opportunity of being here again. I'm glad I have this big chance to fight Luke Campbell for the eliminator of the WBA title that I hope to take back. Yes, that fight, I definitely win against Hooker, and there's much left of Darley Spears, and you will see that on Saturday night.
And we look forward to seeing it on Saturday. How dangerous an assignment, Darlis, do you feel that Luke Campbell is?
¿Qué tan peligroso crees que puede ser Luke Campbell?
Un peleador zurdo, tiene un futuro por delante, viene de amateur, es rápido, es un buen peleador, me gustan los retos y esto es un reto para mí.
It's a difficult southpaw. He is a great fighter with a huge future. He has the experience of a gold medal, but he has a tough fight against me this Saturday.
Wish you well, Darlis. A tough fight indeed, Luke. It looks like the big step up, the toughest one to date. How's preparation been going out in Miami with Jorge Rubio?
Yeah, I mean, preparation has gone really good, to be honest with you. I know everybody says that, but you know, I've only been in the country this year for 4 weeks. I've been away, I've made a lot of sacrifices, and we've been working hard. This is my second camp back to back, and this preparation for this fight has been the best it's ever been. I've had top quality sparring, and you know, I'm ready for this fight. I'm ready to put on a great performance on Saturday. This is a big opportunity for me, and I'm really excited by that.
Do you feel rejuvenated? You had that one defeat, a year and a half ago or so now. You've come back from that, you've rehabilitated, I guess, out in Miami. Do you still believe that you've got the ability and the talent as that Olympic gold medalist to turn it into world honours as a pro?
Yeah, most definitely. I believe everything happens for a reason, and you know, I've never had it easy from boxing. You know, who would have thought for a guy that lost his first 2 ever amateur fights can be sat on the table like this with Olympic gold medal and fighting to be a world champion. You know, so I've never had it easy in boxing, and it's something I never want to have easy. You know, I always have the hard route, and I'm happy for that. And I'm expecting a tough fight out of Perez on Saturday night. Claro, yo listo, but I'm ready to fight.
And you have had an experience that most of the others up here haven't. You fought in the open air a couple of times already. What's it going to be like at Wembley in probably the cold night?
Yeah, I mean, I love fighting outside, to be honest with you. My debut was outside in Hull, and that was a fantastic night to remember. And then we boxed Tommy Coyle outside, outdoors, and we had a great victory there. So for me, I'm excited for this opportunity, for this show. And I thank Eddie and Sky for giving me the opportunity to show everybody what I can do on Saturday night.
We look forward to that, Luke. Wish you both well. And to the main chief support, to the big one, let's welcome Viral Simeon here. Viral, we remember when you fought Lee Selby and gave him a very, very hard night, your only defeat. How are you going to go one better and beat Scott Quigg on Saturday?
A fost pentru mine o experiență, să spun așa. Un boxer chiar foarte bun, dar eu mă așteptam la decizia în favoarea mea.
A great boxer, Selby, but in his opinion, he was surprised after the 12 rounds, Selby was the winner.
Dar și acum am venit cu gânduri mari.
Come here.
Am venit cu o centură și vreau să plec cu 2.
I come with my belt, I want to go home.
Thanks, Viral. We wish you well against Scott Quigg, who's now under the tutelage of the legendary Freddie Roach. Freddie, great to have you back in England. It's a pleasure to see you. Talk to me about the relationship with Scott Quigg, how it started and how excited you are about having him as part of your big wildcard stable.
You know, it was great to have him. I believe in hard work, and hard work pays off. And I think my fighter just showed that in the past, and Scott will definitely show that on the big night. He's 100% ready for this fight. We had great sparring. We're ready for this fight, and whoever comes after, we want to be world title.
What have you seen in Scott that makes him a bit different?
His work ethic is really great. I mean, I have a lot of guys that really work hard, but he's the only guy I know that works harder than Manny Pacquiao.
Harder than Manny, wow, that's a big call.
And it is a big call, but he's there now, and you'll see that on night. He's in Black's beautiful in this night. You'll see a lot of really, really good changes. I've seen it already in the gym, and I'm looking really forward to this display of boxing.
He's going to box beautifully, Viral. Simeon, a tough customer though, isn't he?
Definitely a tough guy who has taken a lot of tapes, and of course I saw him and Selby, and if Selby might be next, come on.
I'm going to ask you quickly before I move to Scott. You've had some time with Vladimir Klitschko. Who wins the big one?
You know, Vladimir, I trained him a while back, and he's a very dedicated fighter, very good champion. Work ethic was great. He works really hard. But I just think we may be a little too old for this one, and I'm going to go with the youth in this, and the local boy will win.
Interesting thoughts from Freddie Roach. Let's move to Scott Quigg. Scott, you've done what Luke Campbell did. Luke went out to Miami. You've gone out to LA. We know that you've done that through your career as well. Although you've been with Joe Gallagher, you've always had your bags. You wanted to go out, learn, get the experience on the road. Now you're out there full time. How's it going?
It couldn't go any better. It was something that, like I said, I've always gone over, I've always wanted to keep improving, learning, and making that change is the best thing I could have done. You know, I'm walking into the gym, the work I've been putting in with Freddie, I feel like I'm back at school. I'm improving, and as a fighter, you want to always keep improving and keep learning, and that's what makes me happy. So working in and out of that gym, improving every day in the sparring, the quality, just being in and around that environment is just, I feel a different fighter.
It's incredible, isn't it, the wild card, with the amount of different sparring you get, real quality.
I think it's the best place to be. You know, you're going in and you're sparring, there's all different kinds of sparring for this kind of sparring, Austin Valdez, Abraham Lopez. I mean, you can't get better preparation, you know. The work I've been doing with Freddie, the little subtle changes that I've made, and you're doing it and you're putting it into practice against world level opposition. And I'm confident on Saturday night you're going to see the best performance of Scott Quigg.
Yeah, finally, Scott, you had a difficult 2016 with the unification loss to Carl Frampton, the injuries. You moved up to featherweight. You think this is the right weight and the right time to come back now to be a real potent force at world level?
Yeah, definitely. And I think the move between weight, I've been super bantam weight since I was 15. The move between weight is definitely needed, and at featherweight I feel a lot stronger, a lot more comfortable, and I'm performing a lot better in the gym, and I'm a lot happier. Making the move over with Freddie now at the time I have, this is the perfect time to make an assault back on the title scene.
Great stuff. What a wonderful card we have.
Thanks, Adam. We're going to post the head-to-heads, just a quick one as well. We announced earlier today that Brian Burnett will challenge for all the written journos and video guys. So we're going to break now for head-to-heads down the front, and we'll be back around 1:30 with the Vladimir Klitschko Anthony Joshua press conference. Thank you.
Nick tonight. Just testing the MC mic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Are you happy with that? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Thank you.